Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with Code with Ro. In this video, we're going to be going over how to make a spike trap that'll shoot up and do damage to your character using the health bar that we created in a previous video. And that'll be in the description below if you want to go ahead and check that out. Like, subscribe, comment. My Patreon's in the description below if you want to support the channel. And let's get started. So in this tutorial, I'll be using the Polygon Dungeon Pack by Cinti. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to check that out. First thing I'm going to do is go over to my content folder. I'll right click, create a blueprint class of an actor, and I'm just going to call this BP Spike Trap. And I'll go ahead and open that up. And now I'm going to want to add a static mesh. I'm actually going to want to add two static meshes. This one will be the trap itself, and I'll add another one, which is going to be the spears that come out of it. And I won't parent these, so I'll just drag this over the trap to unparent it, hit compile and save. So for the spear, I'm going to select the SM prop trap spears 01. And then for the trap, I'll select spears underscore great, which is this little base that fits right in if you just leave it at 000. So it's a perfect fit. And now what I'm going to want to do is go over to the event graph. And in my begin play, I'm going to start a timeline, and I'll just leave the name as timeline. And in my timeline, I'm going to add a float track, and I'll leave it at 5 seconds and make sure loop is on so it'll continue. And I'm going to add a few dots. I'll actually add 4 dots for this one. So the reason is because I don't want to see the spike trap come up in a linear path, kind of like the swinging axis, like going up steadily and then coming back down steadily. I'm actually going to want it so that the spike track flings upwards and then stays there for a bit and then it goes down. So I'll set it to something like it'll stay underground or under the grate for 2.3 seconds. So I'll set this to something like -250. And the reason why I selected -250 is just because when we go to our viewport, if I select the spears and let's say I set the Z axis to -250 on the location, it'll be completely under this grate, which will make it go underground, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead and reset that to 000 and back in my timeline. So I set the one that's underground at the start, and then, so it's going to look a little confusing right now, but I also want, I'll go ahead and erase these actually. And now shift click again, and I'll do this one at a time. And now I want it to be at 2.5 seconds. So at 2.3, it's still underground. And basically it's going to take 0.2 seconds to come up. So I'm going to set it to 0. So it flings up in 0.2 seconds. And then I'll have it stay a little bit. So I'll add another one at the 0 value. And let's say I want it up for half a second. So let's do this at 3. So it'll stay up. And then I want it to kind of go down rapidly. So I'll shift click again, and I'll do 3.2, and I'll put the value at -250 so that it's going to stay underground for the whole duration. It's for the rest of the duration. So it'll loop back here from here, and then I'll start over here, and I'll just fling up, stay up while it is, and so on. And make sure this loop icon is checked so that it actually is looping. And then I'm going to want to update the set relative location. And for this one, we're only changing the spears to prong up. I'll just leave spears up here. And for the new location, you're going to right click it, split the struct, just so that the value, the -250 that we set in our timeline, it's only going to influence our Z axis, which is exactly what we want. So now if I hit compile and save, and I drag this into the open, and I hit play, you're going to see that it's going to go up and down, just like that. We want it kind of be a little speedy, and yeah. But the problem is if I stand on top of it, now it's just going to carry me just like that. It's going to act like a little lift. So what I'm going to want to do is click on the spears, and in the details, I'm going to search for collision. And I'm just going to change this collision preset from block all dynamic to overlap all. Now I'll erase everything in the search, and I'll scroll all the way down, and I'm going to do a on component begin overlap while it's in the spear. So it'll know that if it's because I clicked spears and clicked on component begin overlap, you'll see spears in parentheses here. And all I'm going to want to do here is apply the damage. I'll select other actor to be the damage actor, and I'll do something like 20 damage. And I'll hit compile, save. And now when I start this in my third person character, I'll run around, and now while I'm on the trap, it's going to start doing damage. So it'll go through me and do 20 damage as you see my HP. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching Code with Ro. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.